Before I get on with the rest of the review, I just want to thank you all very much by sticking by with me. This isn't the 100 sub special, I'm still actually working on it right now, and this is just a little something to tie you over. You see, I just got a new job and college is finishing up, so I've kind of been on the busier side, but till then, I want you all to welcome my new editor, Firebyte27. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the review. Hey guys, Master Farr here, and I'm back with another review, and today we are taking a look at a common thing throughout Transformers history. Something that is still pretty prevalent to this day, wave fillers. Now, a wave filler is like a figure that is either brought over from an old line to fill a wave, or a completely new tooling. Some examples of this include Kingdom Ultra Magnus, Earthrise Astro Train, just carryovers from old lines. Some lines, have figures brought over because they were canceled in other lines, most evident in Kingdom, but today we're looking at a very specific line for wave fillers, Cybertron. Now, back in 2005, Cybertron had a bunch of figures brought over from Armada and Energon. Mainly figures like Hoist, Optimus, Scorponok, and they redid them pretty well, all things considered. Heck, we even got Blur redone as well. Blur. But today, we're looking at a very particular one. And unfortunately, it's based on the very infamous Armada Sideswipe mold. So ladies and gentlemen, sit back, relax, and today we are looking at Transformers Cybertron Runnamuck. Now, I know what you're thinking right off the bat. Runnamuck? Well, this is Runabout, and you are right. But they couldn't get the trademark, so either way, for the duration of the review, I'm just going to call him Runabout. So let's get onto the old gym mat and see how he holds up. In vehicle mode, I'm just going to say it off the bat that Runabout looks incredible. I mean, no joke, this thing looks really nice. The flame decals, the black, the headlights, it really definitely feels like something, well, awesome. Now, I know it's like one of those generic cars, but all things considered, it actually kind of hides the flaws of the original. For example, you can see right here that the head is actually visible. That's a carryover from Sideswipe, but not as bad here as the retooled head kind of makes it look like a race car driver. And it kind of gives a nicer illusion than just it's Sideswipe's head. This isn't like human. But yeah, the flame decals right here and the gold really give me a RID Hotshot vibe, all things considered. They did paint the gas canister right here. Looking at the back, headlights are painted. Whoops, forgot to fold down the feet. That's fine. And there's a big Decepticon logo right here. Unfortunately, the blacks right here and blacks right here don't really mesh. They're a few shades off, and there is a little bit of too much translucent plastic. I just wish it was also kind of a little deeper, or at least painted like the rest of it, so the head wouldn't be showing. But whatever, it's an old figure. Anyway, he rolls pretty nicely, and yeah, overall, I gotta say, this is a solid alt mode. For the sake of comparison, here he is with his brother Runnamuck from Earthrise, and that's pretty cool. That there's like night and day look. One looks more toy-based, and the other looks more, well, realistic. But yeah, onto gimmicks. Of course, because it's from Armada, it had a couple of gimmicks. One of which was meant to house his Minicon Nightbeat. So flipping this out would hide the Minicon. And of course, because it's specifically done, it's another one of those Minicons that just, it's only meant for one thing. Right Incinerator, right Crumple Zone. But yeah, it was originally going to come with a motor gun, but again, I got this figure loose, so I'm missing that. That's actually a pretty cool gimmick. I kind of wish I still had the gun. There's a little button right here on his taillight, and yeah. Now we come to the other gimmick, and that has to do with right here. Now, on the original Sideswipe mold, this was a dragster feature. You just push down and bam, the front of the car would fold out. But because it was imported to Cybertron, we of course have the Cyberplanet key gimmick. bringing in Snarl, for example, a Cyberplanet key gimmick works like this. Take the key, look for a little hole right here, and it activates a gimmick. Mainly here, his teeth show and fangs are... On some figures, it's, shooting, blasting, extra fins. Suffice to say, Cyberplanet keys have a big day in Cybertron, even if they're really unimpressive at times. But to activate Runabout's Cyber Key gimmick, you just stick it in right here, and yeah. Okay, I don't know what this is supposed to be. The instructions call it like a dragster mode, I guess, hence why if I had the engine right here it would make more sense, but okay. It kind of looks more like his car's trying to punch something. I mean, just bringing in Snarl again, it's just like taking the key right here and just pushing it in and ta-da! Yeah, just flipping out this right here. That's dragster mode, but in all honesty, all this silliness aside, this is a really awesome alt mode. And let's just see how the robot mode starts. So let's get to the transformation. The transformation is kind of, slapdash, I would say, but here we have Runabout and robot mode, and yep, people, this is the robot mode. It still has the same flaws as Sideswipe, big arms, tiny shoulders, the works. But looking at the detailing first, the black they chose is a very nice shade, and the blue they chose really complements it. It has almost like a unified look. The new chest area works a lot better than just having a boring car hood, and the head sculpt is actually pretty nice. Looks like a nice update. Again, really has that nice racer look. Can't move for crap though, because like on a giggity fashion, like Quagmire from Family Guy, like giggity. But other than that, he does have a few gimmicks in this mode. First of which is the most underwhelming is, you know how the Cyberplanet key activate these things right here? Here's what it does in this mode. Yep, it just sits there, doesn't really accomplish much. In fact, it kind of makes the figure look worse. But yeah, he does have another gimmick, or he should have had another gimmick, that was carried over from his Armada brethren. You see, by placing a minicon right here, it was supposed to activate an uppercut fashion style move, but because of how it's Cybertron bringing in a minicon right here, it just doesn't work. Like you see right here, it's getting stuck. Like the mechanisms are there, but they don't work. And I tried this on several minicons, so I know that this was gutted somehow. Other than that, his huge arms, like, look at these things. They're like boxing gloves, honestly. And they also have okay, I'll admit this is a pretty cool gimmick. Okay, just bringing in Runnamuck, for example, like, there can be only one. And just in this part right here, and you get a power punch. And that's actually really cool. The only problem is, though, it has a mind of its own. Like, when I transform this thing, as you saw, yeah, it just activates easily. And see what I mean? Just activates like hair triggered. And for the sake of comparison, here they are next to each other, and it is like night and day. For people who say Transformers were better back then, keep this in mind. But yeah, for the sake of articulation, you already saw head's completely useless. Arms can go 360 on a ratchet. They actually can go out this far. I had them out because if they go right in like this, he'll just topple over under his own weight. And his arms just go in a, I don't know, idle breathing thing. But yeah, both arms go 360. Elbows on ball joints and rotate. And again, you got to be very careful, otherwise the gimmick will activate. Taking out the cyber key because that hinders the articulation. Legs go out this far. Toes bend. No knee. I understand because it was the 2000s. Knees weren't important. Legs can do this. And yeah, that's pretty much it. But look at this thing, though. They didn't even try to hide the leg kibble. I mean, they really should have just, made a hinge that would make it rotate and make it fit right there. But no, we're stuck with this. And the back, like, look at this thing. He's got an upside-down Decepticon insignia, and that's his only one, mind you, on his ass, and it looks kind of like he's a mercenary from not mercenary. The Decepticons from RID. Yeah, again with these, and I don't have the motor weapon, but he sure as heck isn't going to be holding that well. But something I like to do is like fold this up and ta-da. Yeah. Overall, this guy, he's not a great figure, honestly, but that's pretty much this guy in a nutshell when it comes to everything. Overall, I just give this guy like a 3 out of 10. Buy him if you want to. Make sure you get him for like $5. And why this mold to be repainted so much? I mean, why not use a different car mode from Armada, like one of the better ones, like Hot Shot or Blur, or hell, why even use any car? Why not do a different character? You could have done like, I don't know, Springer from Bulkhead, or like, I don't know, like Blades from Evac. Why this mold? I suspect it was probably like Obligation or something that sunk this ship, but honestly, I really like him. Like, he's fun. He's like a guilty pleasure for me. But yeah, I mean, it's just so pathetic. Now it tries to be a Transformer. And this goes for the original Sideswipe and Oil Slick and Tread Shot and so on. But like, get this guy for yourself if you can find him for $5, because it needs to be seen and handled to believe how crap this is. It's honestly hilarious. But yeah, that's about it. This is Master Farr signing off, and I will see you next time.